Your reaction?
I would say it's easy for Tim Cook to say, isn't it? Because he doesn't deal when it comes to data as other people like Facebook and social media players. So some would say that he's probably able to lob stones at glass houses at this point. And, you know, with him looking at regulation over social media, doesn't that help his position as well? Doesn't it strengthen Apple at this point? So I think it's easy for him to say.
They've used that certainly as a marketing tool, James. But what do you make of this? Because, again, it's possible, and we've talked about this for literally, I've been talking about it for years, that they need to come up with some sort of self-regulatory system within technology. But now that you've had these Facebook, Google falling flat on their face, not doing a great job if they even decided to show up in front of Congress, that this is a really tricky situation that the technology companies are facing.
Yeah, I think Susan raises a great question. I think consumers should be very skeptical here. Is this a play where he thinks his business model will do better under regulation than, say, a Facebook or a Google that Apple competes with in some arenas? Yes, Apple has a services business, but they are a hardware company. Maybe he sees an advantage. I just think this statement that this is a market failure. First of all, markets don't have to work perfectly. They just have to work better than government. And second of all, people want free services. So to say it's a failure that people have tolerated years and years of trading personal information for lots of services, I think is a mistake. I think people, for better or worse, have enjoyed a lot of the free stuff they've gotten from Silicon Valley. And you know, maybe they'd like a different trade, but I don't think a government, I'd be very worried about a government program that it ends up advantaging incumbents like Apple, as it usually does, and prevents new competitors.
I had this conversation with someone who works in the technology industry over the last 5 days or so about the New York Times article about Facebook, and the individual's response was, grab a drink. Welcome to the party.
Yeah, it's not,
where have you been?
Not the last surprise for anybody.
The last
really.
10 years of Facebook's life, literally.
Yeah.
That Facebook, if you used Facebook over the years, they constantly ask you for more and more and more granular personal information about yourself, and then you sit back and go, wow, it's free.
Well, I mean, there's a great article in the Wall Street Journal over the weekend.
Happening?
Yeah, that says basically the reason Instagram founders left is because Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, he wanted to extract more information from you from Instagram. They wanted to know your location, and the Instagram founders are like, whoa, 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 this is not what we signed up for. But I think inevitability, that is basically the signal from all of tech. I was at the Laguna Beach WSJ D Live event, and everybody understands that this is a new reality. And if you're not prepared for it, you shouldn't be CEO.
But I also think that right now, if you look at what's happening in Europe too, a lot of people are saying, you know what, with privacy, with all of these kinds of concerns out there, we're going that way. We better be prepared for it. And Tim Cook is in a unique position to talk about privacy, because let's not forget, Apple has had a hard line on what privacy means, on how you're not going to access anything that's on there, So I think they think this is going to make them more popular, because they are all about privacy, and everybody else in social media maybe isn't.
I don't know if they're all about privacy willingly. Let's just put it that way. But I think they see this as probably a position of strength that they're in.
She's referring to the Apple, and I was very critical of Apple pushing back on the FBI.
San Bernardino.
When the FBI wanted Apple to help essentially write code so they could access one of the terrorists, the murderers, phone, and Apple pushed back on that in the courts. And I was critical of them, but again, that was the line. And this is really this is a stance that Steve Jobs took from the very beginning. But these are different. They are different businesses.
Very
Facebook
different.
and Google are different. Well, Google to a lesser extent because of the Android operating system, and they're in the device business indirectly. But again, Tim Cook is throwing some shade.
Yeah, and it could be just a business model question. I think you ought to be skeptical when you hear it as presented as simply a fundamental belief. These companies have different models, and some of them are more vulnerable to certain regulation than others. Yeah. So I would say consumer beware. A big tech, big government deal, I think, is not in our interest.